What's the cruelest way your parents played favorites that backfired on them? My younger brother Theo was born when I was 3. He was perfect with dad's blue eyes and mom's delicate features. By age 8, the favoritism was impossible to ignore. When I asked for piano lessons, dad said we couldn't afford them. 2 weeks later, they bought Theo an expensive violin. He's naturally gifted, mom explained. Theo got the bigger bedroom, better toys, and all of mom's attention during practice. By middle school, every family gathering became his concert. Relatives would circle around while he performed, showering him with praise and cash gifts. I'd sit in the corner, invisible. During Christmas, Theo's pile of presents towered over mine, always. When I mentioned it hurt my feelings, Dad snapped, "Life isn't fair. Get used to it." High school made everything worse. They attended Theo's middle school concerts but missed my graduation ceremony because it conflicted with his recital. When I won the regional science fair, they were too busy driving him to an audition to celebrate. That night, I found Mom updating Facebook with dozens of photos from his performance. Zero mentions of my achievement. I stopped expecting them to care. When I made honor roll, I didn't tell them. When I got accepted to advanced placement classes, I forged their signatures. I learned to celebrate victories alone in my room, whispering congratulations to my reflection. The breaking point came senior year. MIT had accepted me with a full scholarship, something our family had never dreamed possible. I rushed home with the letter, heart pounding. Mom was in the kitchen making Theo's favorite cookies. "Mom, I got into MIT, I said, holding up the letter. "Full ride." She glanced up briefly. "That's nice, sweetie. Can you help Theo practice? He has that audition tomorrow." I stood there, letter trembling in my hands. The most prestigious university in the country had chosen me, and she couldn't even stop stirring cookie dough. Dad's reaction was worse. When I showed him the scholarship details, he shrugged. "College is expensive anyway. We're putting everything into Theo's conservatory fund. They didn't even put my MIT acceptance on the refrigerator, but Theo's participation certificates covered every inch. I worked nights at a diner to buy textbooks while Theo got private tutoring. I studied alone while they attended his performances. The unfairness carved something cold and determined inside me. At MIT, I discovered I wasn't just smart. I was brilliant. I excelled in computer science, impressed professors, and landed competitive internships. Meanwhile, Theo cracked under pressure at his first major audition. He'd never learned to handle failure because they'd shielded him from every disappointment. He quit music entirely and dropped out of college. When I graduated and landed a job in Silicon Valley, Mom called breathlessly. "We saw the article. We're so proud. We always knew you were special." "Did you?" I asked quietly. Now I'm 26, own my house, and work for a major tech company. Theo lives in their basement, depressed and resentful. Last month, Dad called asking for a loan to help with their mortgage. "Family helps family," he said, using the same phrase he'd ignored when I needed help. I calculated exactly what they'd spent on my education over 18 years, just basic school supplies and one used calculator. I sent them that amount. "This covers your investment in me," I wrote. They'd spent thousands on Theo's career. He'd repaid them with failure. I'd become everything they'd dreamed of, for the wrong kid.